So in our last video, we talked about how important it can be as a health, fitness, or a wellness professional to understand that a client might be taking a supplement that is actually beneficial for them. But for some supplements, if they're taking it at the wrong time of day, it can do more harm than good. So in that video, we talked about supplements your clients should be avoiding at night. And we'll put the link to that video in the description below in case you want to check that out and you haven't seen it yet. But in today's video, we're going to go over some supplements your clients should be avoiding in the morning. Here we go.
TC Hale is not a doctor and does not claim to be a doctor or licensed in any type of medical field. Don't be an idiot and use anything heard on the show as medical advice. This information should be used for educational purposes only, and you should contact your doctor for any medical advice. Now get off me.
So in case you haven't seen that other video, it was Dr. Emmanuel Revisi who helped us understand that the body has this natural circadian rhythm at the cellular level. And during the day, the body should be in what's called a catabolic state, where it's very good at creating energy and kind of keeping us going all day, but also breaking down tissues so that those tissues can be rebuilt and renewed. And this should happen during the daytime. And then at night, the body should move into what's called an anabolic state, where the body's very good at resting and sleeping and also doing that rebuilding and repairing. So you can see that both of these states are appropriate. For all of your clients, we really want to have them experience both of these states. The problem is, for a wide variety of reasons, a lot of people will get stuck in one of these states most of the time. Or maybe they're just pushed way too far into one of those states. In either of those cases, it can create a wide variety of health issues. And we like to use supplements with our clients, and I'll talk to a lot of clients that are dealing with specific issues that they'll have a very hard time improving those issues without using supplements. So supplements can be very valuable, but it's important to understand how those supplements can affect a person's chemistry or their circadian rhythm, because if they're having a circadian rhythm imbalance, maybe they're pushed way too far into this anabolic state. If you don't improve that imbalance, no matter what supplements you use, you're going to have a really hard time correcting those issues if they're being caused by that imbalance. So let's jump into these supplements just a little bit. And what we'll look at first is vitamin E. And vitamin E is very popular for, let's help this thing heal, or a lot of people will use it to lower blood pressure. But what's important to understand is that vitamin E is very pro-anabolic. So it's going to push the body more into this anabolic state where your clients should be at night when they're sleeping. They shouldn't be in this catabolic state, awake mode while they're sleeping. They should be where the body can rebuild and repair. And vitamin E is popular for lowering blood pressure, but one thing we need to understand when we're working with clients is that a lot of times we can give them some type of supplement that's really going to help. But for most of my clients, I see more often that I help them improve issues by helping them stop doing the wrong thing. When you can help a client stop doing the wrong thing, it can be more powerful than helping them do the right thing. So we'll see people that are experiencing symptoms from having low blood pressure. Having low blood pressure can create a lot of health issues for a lot of people. And they'll be taking vitamin E that can lower blood pressure even further. So they're magnifying their problems. Another thing we'll see people do is they'll take this vitamin E right when they wake up. So they're basically working against their body's natural circadian rhythm. They're pushing the body into this anabolic nighttime state in the day when the body should be in a go, go, go mode. It should be in this mode where the body is very good at creating energy and keeping us going all day. So that can be a big mistake, even if their blood pressure is high and vitamin E is appropriate for them. If they can take it at night, now they're not only getting the benefits that they're looking for from that vitamin E by helping them lower their blood pressure, but they're also working with the body's natural circadian rhythm, and they'll kind of double the benefits that they're getting. So those clients are going to see better results when they can take that vitamin E at the right time. Maybe after lunch or even before bed or in the evening around dinner time. Those are the times you want to take a supplement that is going to push the body more into that anabolic state, not in the morning. And just keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving anybody medical advice here. So if a client has a doctor that told them to take vitamin E in the morning, then we should just let them do that. We don't want to listen to me when we're talking about that kind of stuff. You should listen to a doctor. So next we'll look at glutamine. And glutamine is very popular, especially in the bodybuilding world. It's very popular for helping people rebuild muscles and help that muscle growth and repairing factors. And that can help because it's supplying the body some amino acids that the body uses to rebuild. But glutamine is also very pro-anabolic. So our viewpoint is that it's helping them rebuild those muscles correctly because it's also moving the body into this anabolic state where the body is very good at rebuilding those muscles. And a lot of people will also use glutamine for like leaky gut issues. You may be using that with your clients. But understand that if you're looking at a client that's already in a severe anabolic state, maybe they have chronic constipation, maybe they have anxiety that's being caused by this severe anabolic state, then keep in mind that there's other causes of anxiety. And that's where a lot of things get confused with a lot of clients, is because most symptoms can have more than one possible underlying cause. So we'll use some kind of supplement with a client to help them improve a symptom, and it works great. And then when we go to use that same supplement with another client with the same symptom, it can make them worse because they're actually dealing with that issue because of another underlying cause. But if someone is dealing with issues from being overly anabolic and we want to give them glutamine to help them fix their leaky gut issues, because glutamine is supposed to help heal up that intestinal tract, well, we can be magnifying other health issues for them. So we really want to look at each client's body chemistry and where they are to understand which supplements are going to be right for them. Like glutamine also has the ability to raise blood pressure a little bit. So if someone's blood pressure was already high, glutamine might not be right for that client. Potassium is very popular, especially right now with all the keto world, where when they do really low carb, they end up peeing out a lot more minerals. So they start to learn, oh, I have to supplement with a lot more minerals. So a lot of the keto gurus will be like, yeah, take pounds of potassium at a time. But potassium is very pro-anabolic. So if they're taking it in the morning, or if they're dealing with an anabolic imbalance, they could be making their situation worse with that. HMB is another one that's popular in the bodybuilding world, or they'll use it like maybe after surgical procedures, use some HMB to kind of help your body heal a little bit more. And it seems to do that because it's very pro-anabolic. It helps the body move into that state where it can rebuild and repair. Pantothenic acid is also known as vitamin B5. Some people will use this for like acne issues to kind of clear up those things, and we kind of feel like it has the ability to help a person process their fats a little bit better. So if a person is not digesting their fats or processing those correctly, they have all these fats that the body's like, I got to get rid of this, and they'll try and push it out through the pores, and that can create acne issues. So if they use some of this B5 for some people that are dealing with acne because of that situation, it can help them. But that B5 is also very anabolic inducing. So it's better to take later in the day and not in the morning. Arginine, a lot of people use this. I'll link some studies below that show that arginine can lower blood pressure a little bit in some cases. But arginine is also very pro-anabolic. So if a client had low blood pressure already and they were taking arginine, well, that could really make their situation worse. But we really want to take these things at night to at least work with our circadian rhythm instead of against it. So not every supplement and every food is going to be pro-anabolic or pro-catabolic. Not everything pushes the body in one of these directions. A lot of things are just seem to be kind of neutral according to Dr. Ravisi's studies. But chapter 14 of my book, Health Pro Results, kind of goes into some more supplements and helps you understand which ways they can move body chemistry. And the book is available on Amazon, but I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can get the whole thing totally for free. And if you're a consumer that just clicked on this video because you like the topic, then we'll put a link in the description below so you can get my book, Kick Your Fat in the Nuts, and get that for free. That's a little more appropriate for consumers, where the other book is really written for health professionals. And I think it's chapter 17 in the Kick Your Fat in the Nuts book that kind of goes over those supplements and how they affect body chemistry. But we'll also put a link in that description below for the video on supplements that you should avoid at night, so you can understand which clients should be avoiding these supplements at night. But if you want to learn more about understanding how to figure out if your clients are leaning too far on the anabolic side or too far on the catabolic side, you can jump over right now and check out our video on how to know if your client's circadian rhythm is off. I can't wait to hear about your results.